it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine, yeah. Just started regardless, but yeah, we are kicking off this best of 5 qualifying match. It is in fact a PvP, and over in the bottom right hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the bottom right hand corner, we have the man who made time itself bleed. He is the purple Protoss player coming up from the land of China. He is, of course, going to be representing himself as he is currently teamless. He is Jieshi.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have our blue Protoss player representing Team Starlight Twinkle. It is ReWhite.
Probe, you ain't for scouting, are you? You are scouting. Okay, then. I'm gonna go and destroy my dreams.
Yeah, Jieshi is coming across the map with this probe, looking to scout his opponent, sneak into the main base, see what the hell is going on, and get an eye on the pylon count, or, you know, if that second pylon gets thrown in here or elsewhere.
To be determined. Both players just opening up with a very standard double gate into Cyber Core. And you know what? We missed out on ESL Asia today, Light, but I feel like we are in ESL Asia right now. I'm feeling this exact same vibes coming down.
Yeah, I mean, PvPs are quite common there.
Yeah, PvP and specifically this.
Yeah, we did miss out, unfortunately. That's what Dali was talking about in our Discord. There was a matchup between Beyond and Solar in ESL Open Cup Asia today, so we missed out. Feels bad, man. There was also a moment, a bit of a PTSD moment for Solar. The clip was uploaded to Reddit from Chicken Man's broadcast, where Solar lost his entire army to a nuke. And it was an expensive one as well. It was like Broodlords and Infestors, and it all just died on Romanticide. Yeah, that's the correct response. You're like, no, Solar, please.
At this point, it's like a curse, ain't it?
Maybe it's like colorblind. Maybe he just can't see red. You know, it's like
he can't see red. He can't hear the alert.
It's possible, mate. It's possible. But yeah, here we go. As so far, we do have some pretty standard openers here. Both players actually go for their Nexuses as well. I'm pretty shocked by how passive this has been. For the most part, passive. We do see that finally one difference. That is that Jieshi did get a couple of Adepts out on the map to try and sneak into the main base of Yuki.
Yeah, but a probe is already in position. Yuki shouldn't have too much trouble blocking those probes from getting into the main base, or those Adepts, I should say. But it all comes down to reaction time, and we'll see if Jieshi wants to even commit to this or not. Oh, he goes in!
No! Oh my god, that was so close. He turns around, he wants the sentries. Oh, he gets it.
He gets a sentry. Even forces a recall very, very early on. He didn't want to cancel that pylon just in case the Adepts were able to make it out, and the Adepts will go down, but not before taking out 4 probes, 1 sentry. Well worth it for Jieshi.
Well worth it indeed. Finally the Adepts go down, but Jieshi, he already got the value he wanted. Behind this, what do we have? We do have a Forge. We do have Blink on the way as well. Blink from both players, but obviously the biggest difference is that Forge for Jieshi.
Yeah, once again, just gonna keep up the aggression. It's a very slight lead. But he's gonna turn that into a massive lead pretty soon.
That he is. That's another thing that we should remind the players of, and I didn't notice it as I was too distracted by the people in the lobby. But that is, of course, that we need to get Game Heart for the next games.
Those are who those guys in the lobby were. They were the Game Heart enforcers.
They were Game and Heart.
Question mark. They were the heart of the game.
Oh god. Meanwhile, +1 is already on the way. This is scouted, by the way, so at least Yuki is able to get an eye on the timings of these upgrades, so he's well aware of the position he's in. Ooh, unfortunately, hasn't seen that third base. Kind of went there a little bit too late, unless he turns left. Oh, no, never mind. But he's got his own, so it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all good. It's alright. It's alright. Yeah. Too bad. Just continuing on.
As
Robo facility first being thrown down by Jieshi.
Yeah, not just the robo, but a couple of additional gateways. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to be seeing a War Prism on the way from Jieshi. Meanwhile, again, it just seems like Yuki is just one step behind, or a couple of steps behind. You know, finally we see the robo. We still don't see the additional gateways or the production buildings though.
Yeah, that's exactly how it feels. Both players want to do the same thing, but Jeshi's just sort of a classic Yuki in that respect.
Yeah.
He knows about this army. He can defend pretty well. Will be able to chase away all these stalkers, but not before losing one of his sentries. This eventually does that stack up as the game goes on longer.
God, that it does. Meanwhile, we do have some decent Blink Stalker micro, but Yuki pounces and does not get the Stalker.
Not fortunate. Will lose his own stalker in the process. Meanwhile, we are just hanging back a little bit. Jieshi trying to get a little bit of harassment done here and there. There's already stalkers in position, already a shield battery. Not getting too much, just building up for his eventual push, which should come once this War Prism gets thrown across the map.
Exactly, it's already halfway done. So once the War Prism is across the map, we should be seeing just nothing but stalkers being warped in. Unfortunately for Jieshi, he is going to be running into some charge lots as charge is halfway done. The gateways are finally finishing up. This will be scouted, by the way, especially because the Twilight Council is researching. But will that change anything here for Jieshi? Because he's already committed to the War Prism, and again, he's not really aware of the timing of the charge, right? It shouldn't be done anytime soon. So again, now it's a better time than any.
Definitely, especially since he sees the Templar Archive just get thrown down. He knows that Charge of the Archon is what's coming his way eventually, but it's going to take a long time to get there. He knows he can catch Yuki mid-transition.
Oh, exactly, and Yuki doesn't see the army. He doesn't know. He's split up trying to be ready for a push up the ramp, but no, it's up the other ramp, and now Jieshi gets up there, and now he's pushing in towards the third.
Just like so. How the force fields, pretty dang good if I do say so myself. Charge has finished up, but there's not any charge that's available to deal with that.
Yeah, exactly. Again, the force fields are so on point. We do have an overcharge here, and it is keeping a lot of these stalkers alive, but we have even more stalkers here from Jieshi continuing to be reinforced with this War Prism, and eventually this overcharge is going to run out.
Just like so, but you know what ain't gonna run out, like the Warpins.
Oh god, not at all, mate. Not at all, as Jieshi pounces on top of the army. At the moment, Yuki, he's just running out of army, and if the game goes on a little bit longer, +2 is only seconds away for Jieshi.
About now, but it doesn't even matter in the end. GG's called. Jieshi takes game number 1. Really felt in control that time.
Oh, GG, well played.
Whoa. Basically,
the entire game just perpetually ahead, mate.
And he did that with half the APM. Just goes to show you, as long as you know what you're doing, you don't need to be that fast. You can be fast by not being fast.
As long as you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Facts, mate.
That ain't wrong. Yeah. You're gonna tell me that's wrong? Yeah. No, you can't deny that. That's truth.
Oh boy.
As we get ready for game number 2, hopefully we do get some confirmation on who the other two observers who we aren't too familiar with are, and
yeah.
more importantly, hopefully we do get game heart.
Yep, it looks like we do indeed have Game Heart here. As we are going to be getting in.
Yeah, it's a bit of an update here in the bracket. Wanted has taken out ZQKCDD 2-1 and is now up against XY, who has defeated Hickok 2-1.
Oh my! And Wanted was actually up against Turn. That was a Protoss player. So
There
that
we
does
go.
happen here.
Turn. There we go. What is it with all these players and having different names?
Mhm.
Due to the lack of data, he still has many Aligulac IDs, Turn and XQKCDD. That's
There you
what
go.
Wikipedia is saying.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Oh, we have another observer.
Yeah, I do think the Turn is familiar. I'm pretty sure I've seen that before, but I could be mistaking him with someone else. But yeah, regardless, it is cool to see again some newer players make it this far in DreamHack in the closed qualifier.
XY is going to be pretty formidable to take out. As old as he is still. His age just gives him a ton of wisdom. I like that. Even Jieshi is like, who the hell is this joining us in the lobby? I guess somebody who saw somebody on the friends list in the lobby. I was like,
I guess
that
so.
happens more often than not. I will never forget one time I don't remember what we were doing. I think it was a clan war or something. It hit at about 3 a.m. KST, something like that. And then Impact randomly joined the lobby. It was like, hey guys, how you doing? They're like,
Well,
Impact, what are you doing here? And he's like, I don't know. I just saw that somebody on my friends list was in the lobby.
I think I don't know if you're misremembering, but it happened more than once with Stats, where Stats would in an ESL Asia or even like a qualifier, like he just randomly joined, and Solar would be like, man, what are you doing here?
No, but with Stats he would randomly join,
yeah,
just so he could talk smack about his teammates who were in there. So he would be like, mate, what are you doing? And then he would leave. It was great. Meanwhile, though, that is enough about that. We are going to be continuing this best of 5 qualifying match here on Oxide LE with one of our players having some opinions on PvP, it seems.
Oh.
In the bottom left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the purple Protoss player coming out from the land of China. We are unaware of which area from China, but he is from China nonetheless. He is going to be representing himself, as he's currently teamless. He is Jieshi.
And spawning in the top right hand corner of of Oxide ALE, we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Starlight Twinkle, currently down in this series, but mate, it's still a best of 5. It is all good. It is ReWhite.
Oh shit!
What?
He's talking smack.
What happened?
Don't ask me for specifics.
Oh, did you like take a photo and try and Google Translate?
Not at all. But none of our viewers understand Mandarin, so they're gonna have to take what I say. They can either believe what I say or not. You know.
Oh, okay. I thought. God damn it, Yaku. God damn it.
Fine, I'll do the thingy.
What? No, we don't need to. It's fine. Oh god. As we are here on Oxide, and because we're on Oxide, obviously both players are going for the exact same thing here. A bit of a low ground wall, going for their natural expansions. And oh my god, I'm shooketh. Especially because, if I'm not mistaken, there's no probe across the map of Jieshi, so there was no real reason for Yuki to rush out a Zealot like this. But he did. Huh.
Well, it will just delay the Nexus even further here for Jieshi.
Turns around.
Then again, yeah, he does turn around once he sees that Cheshire is taking this seriously, is getting a zealot of his own as well as an adept. Meanwhile, Yuki is going for a Stargate, surprisingly.
Both of them are, but Yuki's obviously much faster. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure that the gateway was just rallied across the map and he accidentally didn't cancel his zealot.
Probably, yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out what the purpose was. But yeah, so maybe a little bit awkward, but at least, you know, his Oracle is already on the way.
Yeah, considerably quicker than Jieshi's. He doesn't have a ton of anti-air either. He actually went for Zealot in the depth, so he doesn't really have any stalkers. Very nice block here from Yuki. Jieshi, completely blind, is completely unaware.
Oh.
Shade! How does this happen so consistently, Light?
Oh my god, Yuki, please. the delayed shield battery. I love it. Oh my god, as the adept does shade into the main base. I guess so. I guess there's like a 5-second latency, mate. Jesus Christ. Oh god. But with that, the adept did see everything, and that is why we do not have an Oracle. We have a Phoenix on the way here for Jieshi.
A little bit surprised that it is a Phoenix instead of a Void Ray. You think that Void Ray's deal with Oracles is a little bit better, but I mean, Oracles are fast, so Phoenixes are fast as well. Plus, they can shoot while moving. Plus, Phoenix Wars. You would much rather be ahead in the Phoenix count than ahead in the Void Ray count in the PvP, wouldn't you?
That you would, because Phoenixes, they can bring so much value. Other than just focusing down these Oracles, they can harass and get into Mineralize, they can shut down War Prisms, and they can CC and neutralize Immortals.
Or better yet, Disruptors.
There you go.
If they come into play.
This anything.
Prioritizing, yeah, pretty much. I mean, lifting is pretty good. It's my advice to anyone out there. But yes, Yuki will be focusing quite a bit more on his Twilight upgrades. Kind of has the opportunity to, since Jieshi is the one going for Phoenixes.
Yeah, that he is. Meanwhile, it looks like the Oracle had just threw his life away here. At least he got 4 probes for his troubles, so some value was gotten. Meanwhile, I was wondering what this was for. Here we do have a proxy pylon, and it is for a hidden dark shrine.
Try lifting that with Phoenixes.
Mate. Can't do it.
Thankfully for Jieshi, the robo facility finished up earlier on, and again, he could always, if worst comes to worst, he could always try to get an Oracle from his Stargate, but we shall see. 4 more probes go down here for Yuki. Jieshi just returning the favor from earlier on.
Exactly, you know, 5 for 4. Nice math there, I should say. But unfortunately, even though Jieshi has all of these Phoenixes and has map control, he has not seen this proxy whatsoever. And what are we looking like at home? We do have a robo, to be fair, and we do also still have that Stargate, so we have multiple forms of detection, or possible detection, I should say. Unfortunately, that observer is across the map, though.
Yeah, the funny thing is, Jieshi even has a forge if he wants to throw 9 cannons, so he just has a 0 detection out on the map right now. Just one observer. That's all you need.
Thankfully, the observer is turning around and going back home. Meanwhile, looks like the Phoenix is still trying to find whatever damage they can at any moment now. There it is. The first DT has been warped in. Oh my god, actually gets spotted by the observer. I don't think he noticed it. Oh, cannon! Yo.
There we go. And the observer can make the slow march home. I say that, but yeah, it really does seem like Jieshi hasn't noticed the DT. No! DTs ignore shield batteries, I should say. They insta-kill probes.
Yeah, DTs are pretty good. They're pretty goddamn good, so the observer has to come all the way back home. Unfortunately, we have another DT going to be trying to force a cancel on the 3rd base as well. Observer will get here, and thankfully, Jieshi will reclaim control of this. And yo, Yuki keeps going!
Yeah, he knows there's no way Jieshi can sustain this base. He's technically behind on the army supply and as well as the worker supply. But the thing is, Jieshi has a more has been pulled apart.
Yeah.
He cannot fight with his army. He even
Yes.
goes down the ramp and then has to go back into the main. Sort out a cannon, Jieshi.
Oh
At
my
this
god.
point, third base goes down. Yuki goes home. What a lead he's taken this game, but now there's nothing holding Jieshi back.
What just happened? What just happened? Jieshi, he stumbled back home, missed the DT, stumbled all the way back, then had to come all the way back into the main base. Just, oh my god, nothing went right there. Despite the great opening with the Phoenixes, he just fell apart to the Dark Shrine. And now Yuki, he's made up for what he lost earlier. More than made up.
Yeah, not only getting that third base, but saturating it, getting as many defensive structures as he can. I feel like Jieshi needs to pull the trigger.
Yeah, like, is taking a third base really what you want to do right now? Like, I guess so. We need something more than that, though. And there we go. Warp Prism's on the way. With the Warp Prism, finally Jieshi can be aggressive across the map. Finally, he can find a way to get back into this game. Sure, he can throw down a third base behind this. Maybe throw down some cannons as well, just in case. Fun fact, he still has not found this proxy.
Well, he will eventually when he expands that direction, I suppose.
I suppose.
Trying to get a bit more harass done, but he's going to need a lot more than 3 probe kills to even out the worker supply, and he will eventually.
Yeah, that he will as 8 probes go down. It's going to cost him the majority, oh my god, if not all of his Phoenixes, unfortunately. But at least they were able to get some damage done. Meanwhile, Jieshi did finally find that proxy. He's well aware of it. Can he deal with it though? Because Yuki is pushing out across the map once again. Like, if Jieshi moves over to the right to deal with the proxy, he's going to be so out of position, he's not going to be able to defend his third base at all.
Kind of his kryptonite positioning it is. But he is staying on the third base, on the high ground as well, so if Yuki goes for a natural base, Jieshi isn't too far behind. Charge is streaming on forward, they get 9 probes. Jieshi not too far behind in that probe count. The Archons really putting a hurt on these Zealots, where they're finally starting to fall, it seems.
Yeah, that they are. All the Zealots do get cleaned up. Now it's just the Stalkers against the sheer amount of the Immortals and Archons. But at the same time, the Zealots, oh, they were stopped. But as you said, all those transferring workers. And, mate, we got a bit of a backstab because we have a reinforcements point across the map. Yuki doesn't even need a Warp Prism.
He really does not. It's probably better if he doesn't get one. Because then he won't waste his warpins across the map. Or back home when he should be warping it across the map.
Oh boy, meanwhile, he wants a little bit more. What I will say is that Jieshi's army, even though it's smaller, like, the quality is there. Like, we saw that it only took 3 Archons to kill, like, 20 Zealots. And these Immortals are more than enough to deal with all these Stalkers.
They absolutely are, especially with that Archon buffer. And vice versa. There are cannons this time, so DTs shouldn't cause too much trouble.
That they should not. Meanwhile, another warping across the map, so you could try and get for another backstab, but instead, he reinforces his army, again relying on nothing but Stalkers +2, finishing up.
Just like so. Jieshi going to be the much quicker player to grab +3, though. Interestingly, Yuki going to be prioritizing +1 armor instead.
Yeah, that he is. We'll see how that comes into play here against this Mass Stalker army. Well, gets the Observer. He's able to take out some of that detection. At least behind this, Yuki is expanding. Ooh, wanted to try and dive on top of the Immortal, but just couldn't quite pull it off.
Their Immortals saved him.
They did. That they did. Yo, and finally, for the first time, Jieshi is going for a counterattack.
You love to see it. Yeah, pure Stalkers ain't quite going to cut here for Yuki. A couple of Zealots got warped in, and they get chased away by even more Zealots. This is important for Jieshi to keep the Zealots back. Oh, he loses Warp Prism, though.
That he does. These Zealots will get cleaned up. They're not going to deal any damage at all. What they do, though, is that the entire army of Yuki came all the way back home. So Jieshi now has a little bit of breathing room to just get more bases, to reinforce his army. Again, I'm just waiting for the moment where he gets a 4th base because he is being left behind a little bit.
That he is. +3 is about to finish up, and that may prompt Jieshi to go across the map, but we finally made it to the point where Yuki is overtaking both supplies.
God, that he has. Thankfully, the one Phoenix is enough to stop the War Prism. It's not going to be able to kill it, and oh, if he's not careful, yeah, the Phoenix does get taken out.
Not much difficulty.
Oh boy, and now Jieshi, the problem is like his army's strong, but he doesn't have that much. He's gonna be pulled apart. We're gonna have a War Prism going into the main base. We have some Stalkers potentially hitting the natural. We have another army looking to hit the third. Oh yeah, well, his multitasking still be put to the test, mate.
I mean, I kind of feel like it was already put to the test at the start of this game, and since then he's just sort of been failing it. But here comes another test for Jieshi.
Yeah, I was gonna say that again, like he's been fighting well, but oh my god, here comes the Disruptor!
The great equalizer, as we like to call them, only gets one Immortal, and that's not enough to kill the Immortal. A ton of charges coming in for Jieshi, providing a bunker for the Archons, and the Archons shred through the Zealots of Yuki.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like the Zealots are going to try and take out this outpost here, but Yuki's going to try and meet that army. Meanwhile, Disruptor Shot goes off the Immortals! Oh, God.
Very nice connections. Enough to only kill one of them, but the rest of the Immortals are also significantly weakened.
Yeah, exactly. Again, Jieshi, his army's just better, but he can't deal with the Disruptor. He's trying, though. He does have Phoenixes on the way. They are definitely a way to try and neutralize this, try and CC the Disruptor and take out the Nova.
Not quite able to do so. Where are those Phoenixes anyway?
Yeah, they were being rallied to deal with the War Prism. And they're they need to be here. Oh my god. Please come over. Okay, they're on their way. Oh god.
We're trying to get something done. Gets a sentry, which is actually alright damage, but here comes a sandwich from Jieshi. Beautiful lifts on the Disruptors. That's what we were talking about. Blinks forward on top of these Immortals, which is actually winning him the engagement slightly, it seems.
Exactly, but you know what? There's just too much firepower behind these Archons and Immortals. Jieshi still swats this away. Oh god, another lift up on the Disruptor, but there are two more on the way.
Can he lift? Does he have enough energy? Well, it doesn't matter if they just move command into the Archons. Don't think it matters too much, though. Yuki looks like he has this game in the bag.
Yeah, Yuki is finally able to overwhelm the army of Jieshi. GG gets called, and Yuki ties up the series 1 apiece.
And there we have it, going into our king match.
Boy, stay with me, Stay with me, Akko. Stay with me.
What?
Oh god. As we are tied up now. I also did get confirmation that, of course, the two other casters that have been joining us have been approved by ESL to cast in Chinese or in Mandarin. So
there we go.
We don't have to worry about that anymore. And yeah. Wow, now we can just continue this series with our minds at ease.
Yeah. They're going to be worrying about any betting going on. The only betting going on is the wager that we've got here.
Yeah, the channel points
game. Hey, shout out to Asuna. Giving us some translations here.
Oh.
ReWhite telling Jieshi, "You're the god of PvP," or a god of PvP. Jieshi being like, "What you on about, mate?"
I mean, especially because ReWhite just took that game, mate.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's a false sense of security.
Does this have game heart?
We'll find out.
It
doesn't.
Oh god.
Because I saw a dash between the characters, so I was like, potentially, but it could also just be black burn.
Could be. I actually didn't get to see
Blackburn.
Is that the map? Is it Blackburn?
Well, they don't call it Blackburn.
Okay. I didn't get to see the image. Okay, there we go.
Saw the layout of the map, yeah.
There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. As this time we do have Game Heart. As we can see, fun fact, Game Heart is in English, even on the because it's an add-on.
Ah,
Beautiful.
I'd appreciate that. And yeah, we're just getting everyone in. Don't have to worry about no Novas coming in this time. Well, eventually we will from Disruptors, but not in the lobby itself.
Yeah, the players have to worry about the Novas, mate. Jieshi especially.
Well, now if he gets a couple of Phoenixes out. Or lifts. I just realized Yuki uses the Dark Templar banner.
Oh, fitting.
That explains so much.
Yeah. Jieshi is using the Abatha portrait.
Oh.
Yeah, that explains so much.
It does, doesn't it? I feel like every mystery we had about Jieshi is now laid to rest. Because we got the answer. Abathur.
Yeah. Mystery man.
Ah, Rilakuma.
Shout out to Rilakuma, by the way. He was actually there for the Oceania broadcast.
He was, yeah.
It's meant to give him a bit of a shout out. Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
Rip after he tore through those goddamn close qualifiers. But regardless, we are now swatting into Blackburn LE. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, swatting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have the purple Protoss player coming out from the land of China. He, of course, is going to be representing himself as he's currently teamless. He is Jieshi. I realized I forgot to switch camera over. Whoops. Wondering why he weren't zooming in.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner. That's how you know it's not me. Yeah. In the bottom right hand corner of Blackburn LE, we have the Chinese Protoss player representing Team Starlight Twinkle. It is ReWhite, aka Yuki.
Not aka Rilakuma. That's not a scouting probe.
It was on patrol, which is what kind of gave me pause a little bit.
Wait, what? It's patrolling back.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, no,
that's not a scouting probe.
That's never mind. It's so good. It's so good. I mean, we do have a cyber core being thrown down. You know, we could still see a pylon for us.
That's not a scouting probe.
Mate.
Hell yeah.
Mate, you know what it is. We're gonna be seeing some void rays. We're gonna be seeing some shield batteries, boy.
Void race.
Yeah.
Tempest, mate. Tempest. I know it's a PvP and not a PvT, but
show us the Stargate. Show us the Stargate. Show us the Stargate. Show us the Stargate. I mean, he has to wait a little bit longer, but it's gonna be there. Ooh, okay, so
doesn't suspect a thing.
So this is the thing, right? We are aware. There it is. We are aware that this happens quite a lot on Oxide. Why? Because Oxide is the map where you're greedy and you go for the low ground wall and a faster nexus. You know, makes sense. That's why we see someone like Zest do it quite often on Oxide. Blackburn is a map that we don't see as often, but same concept.
Basically the exact same, pretty much, yeah. You're gonna be rallying these void rays into the middle of the map. Well, I say middle of the map, really. I mean just outside the natural base. Get a couple of shield batteries in. That probe looked to be in a lot of trouble, but now no longer. It is hanging back. Very quick reaction from Yuki. I know they can fight with just his normal units, but it does tip Jieshi off as to what ReWhite wants to do.
That it does, and ooh, Yuki loses a Zealot, but he gets a Stalker in return. Nice trade there. Ooh, that shield battery is taking a lot of damage. Oh, cancel!
Ooh, I don't think that was canceled. That wasn't canceled. That one was.
Yeah, the one that needed to be cancelled was killed, and the one that needed to be left alone was cancelled, and oh god.
The one that needed to be killed was, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I like this, even getting a gateway here. To one, trick Jieshi into thinking that it's not going to be a Stargate, but also, more importantly, two, giving him a bit of an emergency warping point if he needs it.
Definitely.
Popped.
Oh, overcharge is popped. Meanwhile, we just have to wait for the shield batteries to finish up, and it looks like they just barely will. Ooh, desperately needed those shield batteries, by the way. The Void Ray was taking a lot of damage.
Who's still alive?
Yeah.
Really was. Almost at half health at this moment. Second Void Ray is going to be coming in. Battery overcharge has been utilized. There's a bit of a window here for Yuki.
That it is.
Where he gets done with it. Slowly inching his way forward with those shield batteries. He's running out of energy on the rest of them.
Yeah, but it's so important that these 3 forward shield batteries will finish up, and that will be a staging ground here for Yuki to push up into the natural base. At the same time, though, 3 more shield batteries are finishing up. Yeah, for Jieshi.
And they are, but that's a very exposed pylon.
Oh,
the other one, not so much. The weakened Void Ray was in the front and was taken out here by Jieshi. As each second passes, like, he has been losing less and less stalkers. He has been looking fantastic in defense.
Yeah, exactly. And now the gateway has opened up. Immediately, Jieshi pounces on forward. He's going to be able to focus down Stalker after Stalker.
Not sure if that's necessarily what you want when the Void Ray is still very much in effect, but may as well utilize your battery overcharge, I suppose.
Definitely.
Pick off whatever you can.
Yeah, and just like that, 2 Stalkers did go down. Meanwhile, he wants a little bit more than that. He has so many Stalkers to work with. Again, if Yuki overextends even a little bit, the Void Rays will immediately get targeted.
He's waiting for it. That's a very high energy shield battery that he's trying to take out. A very nice split of the army here using that force field. Chips away quite a number of the Stalkers. But I'm not entirely convinced it's going to be enough. Yuki shield batteries are running out of energy.
One more. Ooh, and then a second Void Ray goes down. And this is the problem. Yuki, you need to keep your Void Rays alive. You need that momentum, and he just doesn't have it. Once again, another Void Ray goes down.
Just like so. There's one more shield battery of energy in the back, but it is not at all in range for this Void Ray. Now it is, but not before it takes so much damage.
Yeah, exactly.
A couple shots and that's it.
I can't believe it's still alive, by the way. That was so close. It almost got focused down, and oh my god, again! Jesus Christ! I don't know how he does it.
A little too gung-ho. Yeah, a little too gung-ho with his Void Ray so far.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's lost every single one at this point. He only has Stalkers left, and Stalkers are not going to cut it here. You could argue that we don't have too many shield batteries remaining, energy, I mean, for Jieshi, but there are the force fields. And mate, Jieshi, he's holding.
Holding very, very well. He's only lost 17 Stalkers so
far
to the Void Rays and the Stalkers of Yuki. The Adepts sneak in, though.
Yeah,
and there's no way Jieshi can split his army.
Oh my god, and there we go. They're going to start one-shotting these workers. Thankfully, we do have a couple of defensive Adepts here warping in for Jieshi, but he will still lose those workers.
Only 3 of them, though. Which is enough to put Yuki ahead of Jieshi, but Jieshi is still making probes. He can afford to lose workers here.
True. Very true indeed. Meanwhile, a couple more shield batteries are finishing up. It's been a while. I'm like, yo, did Yuki stop Void Ray production? He did, honestly. He did, but he has now since resumed it. But without those Void Rays, yo, Jieshi is taking control of the low ground, and he is picking apart this army of Yuki.
GG. Jieshi takes it a match point.
Oof.
Showing that he knows a thing or two about the PvP matchup.
Yeah, he was called the god of PvP, mate, and just like that, he takes a lead in this series. Only needs one more to qualify for the main event.
Indeed, he does. One more map, and that is going to be it for him. He enjoyed the likes of Time, of Coffee, of Maxed, of Cyan, I believe, is in the main event as well.
Those are the 4. Those were the 4. 2 Protoss, 2 Terran, 0 Zerg.
I'm proud that I was able to remember that. Yeah.
Off the dome, mate.
Yeah, the cranium.
Mm.
Quick little update in the lower bracket. Hickok has taken out Turn 2-0. We'll be waiting for, I believe, the loser of this series. If that is correct. I think it is.
Interesting. If that is correct, then that is where we will be headed after this, as we will most likely follow the loser of this series to that lower bracket. So yeah, things are kind of lining up for us. Hopefully, we will have very little downtime between matches.
Yeah. It's definitely the dream. But is it a naive dream world?
Yep. Meanwhile, gotta I need to copy paste that, mate.
Like, yeah, it is naive dream world.
As again, unfortunately,
Oh.
the players did create the lobby without game heart, so will have to be remade.
Yep. It'll tell you whether or not you have game heart, because game heart does still use the Roman alphabet. But if you're wondering what the dash between the two Mandarin words were, it's LE. Or not the dash itself, but the word after the dash is basically their version of
It's a ladder, mate.
Yeah. Chaos.
It's a stepping stone.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up? You good?
No, I'm just trying to think of quotes.
Okay. I was worried that, like, I don't know if your game froze or something, you know. It's okay. It's okay. We're good.
Yeah. I eat every goddamn chicken in this room. It doesn't say that in the series, but
every chicken. There you go.
Every chicken. As we continue our series now on Lightshade LE, we're in the top left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner. We have the purple Protoss player coming out from the land of China. He is, of course, going to be representing himself as he's currently teamless. He is up 2-1 in his best of 5 qualifying match. He only needs un momento, por favor, in order to qualify. He is, of course, Jieshi. PvP God.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have his opponent, the other Chinese Protoss, the blue Chinese Protoss, representing Team Starlight Twinkle. It is ReWhite. And
double gateway.
Yeah, it's some double gateway openers. So unfortunately, there's not going to be a proxy out of the map. There's not a cybercore at home finishing up for a proxy void ray. Feels bad, man. Feels bad.
That's what we think.
Oh no, yeah, that's what we think. It is what we think.
That's what
wrong.
you think.
You got me, mate. You got me.
Yeah.
Outplayed. Oh god. As the workers do get into the bases and they scout each other, confirming that they are both mirroring each other with their builds. So
the big question then is, which player has the balls to proxy Darkshrine from here?
Oh yeah, I mean, Yuki's already done it, right?
He has.
Yeah.
And he won that game.
He did.
So,
there is
correlation.
There's a common denominator, mate.
Yeah, a fraction. A ratio.
A velocity, mate.
Yeah. An algebra.
There you go. Your math lessons are being put to the test.
Oh no, I burnt the book.
Oh god. As the both players are just looking to expand, again, nothing too crazy. The biggest... Oh, that's a fast robo. Hello.
That's a very fast robo. Hello.
Oh my god. Yuki faking his expansion. Meanwhile, Jieshi with the proxy pylon.
Yeah, I love to see it.
Oh my, things are popping off left and right, up and down.
And around?
Exactly. Okay, so 1, would you have 3 gateways at home here for Yuki? With 3 gateways, you can be hyper aggressive with Stalkers and a War Prism. Just like that. You don't have Blink, but you have Pseudo Blink. It's almost just as good. Meanwhile, Jesse needs to scout this. He is going to dive in with his Shade and confirm that there is no natural. And no, he turned around with the Shade. Jesse, please. You didn't need to do that. Oh
One of
no.
those things where Jieshi treats his spells as units, unfortunately. Here comes the shade.
There
It
we
should finish up.
He does finish and he confirms, oh no. There's nothing here. There's nothing here, Papi. Go home. Go home. Get some shield. He's getting shield batteries.
Time to speed up my plans of getting defensive DTs.
Yeah, unfortunately, this proxy isn't going to come into play. I do think that it was going to be for a Twilight Council and for a Dark Shrine. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. And the problem with these shield batteries is that, mate, they're not in the main.
They aren't. They're in the low ground. But Yuki isn't looking to gamble just yet with his blink. He doesn't want to blink straight on top into the main base just yet.
Yeah, I'm honestly a little bit surprised. Like, look at the dedication to the defense here, but oh my god, there are so many Stalkers. He's one-shotting the Stalkers of Jieshi anyway! Oh, is he?
Like so, the battery overcharge
He's
is
trying.
slightly good enough, but some probes actually aren't going down.
War Prism.
Jieshi takes out the War Prism!
Oh my
Beautiful
god!
force fields here as well as he takes out the rest of the Stalkers. One probe fell!
Wow!
All of this, good game, well played. Jieshi is going to be the first player qualifying for that DreamHack Masters Winter China main event.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked by a couple of things. Like, there were a couple of things going against Jieshi. There was the late scouts, right? There was the dedication to the defense at the natural. I thought when ReWhite saw not just two, but a third shield battery on the way at the natural, mate, you got a shield battery. I'm sorry, you got a War Prism. Just go to the main. Just hop on over, mate. You don't have to hit the natural.
Lift and elevator, Papi.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Beta jumped straight for that shield battery to his detriment. Unfortunately, I'm so surprised, honestly, that battery overcharge did as much as it did. To be fair, I think there was a bit of a lack of target firing towards the end of that engagement. A couple of Stalkers were being shot, a couple of probes as well, but nothing really went down for Jieshi in the end. Yuki was doing a pretty good job at the start of that, you know, trying to one-shot the Stalkers as best as possible, but after that, Troll definitely slipped up.
Yeah, it's like in the very beginning you saw that he did have enough to one-shot with Stalkers, and he killed I think two Stalkers in total, and then after that I think he lost a Stalker of his own. Yeah, so that's why when he went for the shot, it literally left that Stalker on like red HP, and Overcharge just kept him alive ever since then. It was insane. Like that one Stalker survived like 4 volleys of Stalker shots. It just didn't die.
Wow, what a legend. Yeah, well, we do have confirmation for our next match. Hickok versus ReWhite will be our next best of 5 qualifier.